Hello, my name is William Dole. I use they, them pronouns. I'm 27 years old, and this is my submission for the BoHo Theater's production of Remote. Um, Thank you for giving me this opportunity to just talk and share my experience and being able to reflect on how the pandemic's impacted me. Um, I am from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was born and raised in New Mexico. I went to school for theater at the University of New Mexico. And then I made the leap from Albuquerque to Chicago in 2019. My goal was to come out here, get established, be able to get a place for myself, be able to have a bit of income. And then in the year 2020, that would be the year that I pursued theater to the fullest. But I remember distinctly the day where I realized that those dreams and those pursuits were going to be put on pause indefinitely or for as long as this pandemic, which in 2020 we knew nothing about until it subsided. And that day was March 13th, 2020. I definitely was not expecting to go to work on March 12th and then never return. When I got laid off 2 weeks later, that really sent me into a moment of depression, anxiety. If it weren't for me having immediate roommates around me, I don't know what could have happened during that time. But a specific memory that sticks with me is being at the beach one night and watching the moonrise. There weren't many moments where we could go outside and see each other and be able to be with one another. And one of the only reprieves, one of the only outlets that we had was going into nature. And I'm very fortunate to be a block away from Lake Michigan. And one day, it was a summer day, it was June or July. The timing of all that's fuzzy, quarantine brain, quarantine time. But I remember going to the beach one day with my friend, with my roommate, and really just talking about that no matter what the outcome was from this pandemic, that being with community, being with people that we care about is something that we need to value more. And that night stuck with me because it changed my perception of what's important in life. It made me realize why I wanted to pursue theater in a full capacity in the first place, which is community, which was the ability to connect with people on a deep level. And that's something, when stripped away from you, it's so jarring, and you feel so isolated and alone in those moments. But even when we were put in those situations, during quarantine especially, I found that binding together and being able to connect with people, whoever that was, your roommates or friends or people on, even through online, through different social media outlets, it's so important to be able to maintain connections and build community that way. That's the only thing that kept me with my head above water. Depression and anxiety boiled up during that time, and if it weren't for me looking forward to the future of us being able to reconvene as a community, whether that was being in the queer community or just my work friends or people that I enjoyed doing theater and making art with, it was something that kept me moving forward. Even when I was jobless, I was running out of unemployment money, I was concerned I'd have to leave Chicago and go back home to New Mexico. That was something that really stuck with me, and something I will never take for granted again is that importance around community and connection. Thank you for the opportunity to just talk a little bit about that. I really like this format of being able to talk about and really go into just an extempore, or being able to speak in a flow of consciousness, right? It's a very unique format, and I appreciate that. And I thank you for this opportunity.